Hey guys, today I'm filming the last video in my little mini series on which of my makeup products would I actually repurchase. So I had done 3 videos going through my collection. One would be all of my complexion and cheek products. One would be all of my single shadows, small palettes, large palettes. And the last video was my miscellaneous eye products. So cream shadows, brow products, mascaras, liners, and then all of my lip products. I will have all of those videos linked for you. And I have done similar series to this in the past. For a few years now, I have done a video on if I had to cut my collection in half. I will have those previous years playlists linked for you. I know I did it last year. I may have done it a couple other times about like if I had to start my collection over again, what would be the first things I would repurchase. So I will have those linked, and really for me, this was just fun. I wasn't expecting out of this to declutter half of my collection. That's never the intent of these series. It's just for fun, but it does help me let some things go, put things in my chopping block, pick things differently to pan, which is really helpful for me. I also am not planning on getting rid of all the things that I would not repurchase because I feel that would be a huge waste of money. I always want to be more mindful about what I'm purchasing, but I will still be buying makeup this year, and I will still be buying things in categories where I have a lot of products. I am doing a low buy series this year that I can link for you guys, but I was really happy looking at my final drawers. Some of them, it made me a little sad just thinking about the amount of products that I do have in these categories and how few I decided that I would repurchase. But overall, it does make me really happy, and it is, you know, easier to see what's my favorite formulas, colors, or finishes. So my main takeaways from this is that I'm really proud of myself with the items that I chose to pan this year. I will have my yearly project pan linked for you guys, and I basically wanted to pan things that I liked but did not plan on repurchasing, but I did also have some of my older makeup products in there that I wanted to use up before they went bad, and super happy with that. There were a lot of things that I am currently panning or will be panning this year that fell into that would not repurchase category. So I feel really good about that, and that hopefully by the end of the year, we will have fewer of those items that I said I would not repurchase. And I actually have already started a list on my phone of items I want to pan in 2024 based on the products that were in the do not repurchase part of this video. And I pulled some of them to share with you. I'll show you that at the end. I know that's so far in advance, but that's exciting for me. It will keep me motivated, and who knows, some of these things I might start panning this year if I finish up my original products sooner. But before we get into all of that, I did want to quickly go through my numbers. I think that they're all correct except maybe my large palettes. I might not have calculated correctly, but everything else I think is pretty accurate. So for face primers, I said I would repurchase 6 and would not repurchase 6. Foundation, 8 yes, 7 no. Concealer, 4 yes, 5 no. And for this one, it was basically 3 color correcting products that I want to use up. 1 concealer I don't love, and then the NYX concealer, the Bear With Me one, where I told you in the video I could go either way, yes or no on it. I really like the formula, with the packaging. It's not my most favorite. So I feel really good about that category, and I am or plan on actively working on the things that are no's. Then for setting sprays, I said 2 yes, 7 no's. I will be working on trying to pan the other ones. It will take a while. It takes me a really long time to get through setting sprays. Then for cream and liquid bronzers, 8 yes, 8 no. Cream highlight, I said no to the one that I had. For face powder, I said 3 yes, 10 no. This surprised me a bit, but I do plan on trying to work through these other ones because I do like them well enough. Then for bronzer, this was a little hard for me. I said yes to 8 and no to 10. And a couple of the no's would be like the L'Oreal and Sigma bronzers where I have 2 shades. I just picked 1 shade to put in my yes, and there are still so many bronzers here that I really like and would love to use up. I don't want to repurchase them, but I'm just not as interested in them right now as some of the others. But it takes forever to use up bronzer. I know I'm going to have to eventually declutter some things, but I'm not quite there yet. For highlighter, this was kind of nuts to me. So I said yes to 8, no to 16. When I look at the 8 that I said yes to, it makes me so happy. I love those formulas. I love those colors. And I do think that this is going to help me let go of some highlighters. Not right now, but by the end of the year, I think I can get up the guts to let go of some of those no's. Then for liquid and cream blushes, I said yes to 8, no to 20, which was not great, but I'm not a liquid and cream blush person. I literally only said yes to 1 liquid, no to the rest. Most of the no's were the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. I've told myself I'm not allowed to buy anymore. I think they're beautiful, but because they're not as easy to apply, I don't tend to reach for them. And then for cream blushes, I said yes to some of my favorite formulas. I have a decent variety of colors, but at the end of the day, I would pick a powder blush over a cream or liquid. For powder blushes though, I think I counted this right. I had 28 yes and 33 no, which was surprising to me. And I actually kind of rearranged my blush drawer after that video, and I put all the yeses together with a few others that just happened to fit. And it makes me really happy looking at those. So again, I think that by the end of the year, I will be able to pass on some of the no's. I think a lot of them are things I used to really love, but don't reach for anymore, but they're still good. So it's been hard for me to let them go. Then for face palettes, I said yes to 7, no to 14. This is gonna be a category that's really hard to let go of, but I really just wanna make myself use them more. The ones that I kept, I'm head over heels in love with, but the other ones I have are very good too. So I just need to make more of an effort to use them. Then moving on to eye products for brows, I said yes to 5, no to 3, which was not bad. Things that I do plan on working on at some point. Then for eye primer, I said yes to both of the ones that I have. I have a clear and a tinted one. Absolutely love them. I said no to all 7 of my ColourPop Super Shocks. I do think I'll probably get rid of all of those by the end of the year. Then I've got 5 cream shadow pots from Phytosurgeons. I don't really like those very much. I don't want to declutter them just yet because I know they're so popular. I want to figure out a way to make them work. Then for my cream shadow sticks, I said yes to 9 and no to 11. And most of that was because some of the shades just weren't everyday shades for me. They are shades that I would wear just with specific eyeshadows. But you guys know how much I love my cream shadow sticks. Then I had some like random eyeshadows. So a couple of random creams and some glitter liners. I said no to all of those. I plan on keeping those all until they expire and just wouldn't repurchase them. For pencil liners, I said yes to 16, no to 14, which was a little surprising to me, but I love my yeses. So what I have done now is in my drawer, I did keep them separated. So now the no's are going to be chopping block liners for me to make decisions on this year. Then for mascara, I said yes to 11, no to 9. But several of the ones I said yes to are formulas I actually have not tried before, and I'm just assuming I'm going to like them. But after that video, I actually did end up decluttering several of those mascaras. So you will see that in my monthly declutter video coming soon. So I feel pretty good about that because there are still several that I want to try, but I have so many, it will take me a long time to get through them. Then for eyeshadows, I think I'm correct on these numbers, but they could be off by just a few. For single shadows, I said yes to 24, no to 19. And I was a little bit more boring with the shades that I've decided to keep. They're more neutral colors I thought I would get more use out of. I did keep a couple of colorful special shadows from MAC, but a lot of the more out there colorful ones are ones that I wouldn't wear as much, or the ones that I did say no to. Then for small palettes, I said yes to 11, no to 24, which really surprised me. I said no to all of my larger Natasha Denona 5 pans. And then after the video, I did feel like maybe I would have wanted to say yes to the coral palette because I think that one's so beautiful. So I may have changed my mind on that one. But for a lot of the other ones, I was like, no, if I had to repurchase them again, I don't know that I could justify the price. And I surprisingly said no to my Huda Beauty Nude Obsessions palettes because I have really loved them, but again, a product I haven't used in a little while, so I don't know if I really love them like I used to. And I think I do have similar enough shades in her larger palettes, which I did decide to say yes to. So for those small palettes, as you can see, I basically said yes to a neutral palette from Makeup by Mario and Aether Beauty, and then the all shimmer palettes from Flower Beauty, and then several Natasha Denona mini palettes and a neutral Sigma mini palette. So just the ones I thought I would actually wear the most color wise. Then for large palettes, this is where I may be off because I did not give a final number at the end. I said yes to 31, no to 47. I'm really surprised I was able to narrow it down to 31, and really I did look to see my favorite formulas and colors, but I did choose to keep a lot of indie palettes that I love the formula of and might not reach for all the time, but felt like they would add variety to my collection. There are a few that I was on the fence about, like the It's Freaking Bats palette from Shroud Cosmetics and Butte Bean. I love the shimmers. I like some of the mattes, but some of them are a little dark for me. So there were some that I was like a little back and forth on, but my bottom drawer of palettes are things that I've used to love, don't reach for very much anymore, but still have a really hard time thinking about letting go of. So I don't really know what I could be able to do with the large palettes. I did pick 2 of them to put in my declutter pile, so you'll again see that soon, and I surprised myself, but I'm not sure how many more that I could let go of at this point. I'm gonna have to work myself up to it. Then for lip products, for lip balms, I said yes to 4, no to 9. I'm okay with that. A lot of the no's are ones that I plan on trying to use up this year or next year. For lip liners, I said yes to 5, no to 15. I was kind of surprised with the ones that I said yes to. But again, I like the variety of lip liners that I have right now. I would love to try to pan some of them, but I know it would take absolutely ages. For bullet lipsticks, I said yes to 10, no to 12. Not surprised there. I said yes to my favorite formulas, Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serums, Buxom Full Force Lipsticks, 2 of the 4 shades I have from them, and then the Milani Color Fetish Matte Lipsticks. Great colors, great formulas. The other things I will think about in my chopping block whether I do want to keep them or pass them on. I would love to use some things up, but right now I've really been focusing on trying to use up lip balms and lip glosses when it comes to lip products. For jumbo lip crayons, I said yes to 3, no to 6. Not surprised with that. I don't feel like I have too many that I need to pressure myself to get rid of them, but I'll think about it. Liquid lipsticks, I said yes to 5, no to 18. I said no to a lot of Dose of Colors ones. It's still my favorite formulas, but once they go bad, I'm not going to repurchase them. I don't want to really go out of my way to buy any more liquid lipsticks, but I do really love the colors and formulas that I chose to keep. So I'm not really worried about this category. Then for lip glosses, I said yes to 26, no to 55, which I think is crazy. And I could have said yes to a few more. I basically kept some of my favorite colors from some of my favorite formulas, and then I kept like 1 shade from a lot of different indie brand formulas that I really enjoy. I feel good looking at the ones that I kept, but knowing how many I said no to was kind of tough for me. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some of the things that I have already decided that I want to try to pan for 2024. Again, if I finish the products I'm wanting to pan this year, I might pull these things in. Things can change, but as I was going through doing this series, these are the things that I was feeling inspired to want to use up. So for primers, I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. I will likely use things that are older, which I believe does fall into the things that I said I would repurchase, like the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, but you guys know you can't buy that anymore, and I do have a backup of it, which is another reason why I want to probably pan that one. But other than that, I'll just see what I end up picking next year. But then for foundation, I don't know that I'm going to get to all of these, but these are 3 that I like but don't love. So the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, I am in Light 0 Siberia. This is essentially brand new. Then I have these 2 skin tints that I have used more than the NARS, but there's still a ton of them left. The Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer in 14W, and the Cali Ray Free Dreaming Skin Tint in the shade number 2. For concealer, we'll see what I have next year. I'll probably try to work on the NYX Bear With Me concealer, but then for corrector, I am panning 2 of the 3 this year. So hopefully I can finish those, and then next year, I will use the Dominique Cosmetics. This is a concealer, but it's in the shade Oat Milk, which is a little dark for me. So I end up using that as a corrector. Very nice product, but a corrector is not something that I need. Then for powder, I'm sure I'm going to just try to work through the various ones that I have, but this is one that's going to be a long haul product that I think will be fun to use. And this is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luminous Powder in Brighten Up. This is something I can't set with. This is a dusting powder. There's a lot of it, so it would take me probably all year to get through. I was going to work on it this year, but I have so many powders that I'm going to be using. I have a lot of cream products I'm going to be using. I'm already going to be using so many different steps on my face on the daily that I just didn't feel like adding one more, but next year. Then for brows, I do believe that I will be done with my NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil by the end of the year, and that makes me very sad because I love it. It's been discontinued for a while now. I got this Patrick Ta brow wax in a kit, so I want to try to use this in place of the NYX. I'm really afraid to use this, so I hope I like it enough to pan it, but it might be something I end up passing on. And then I have my Benefit Ka-Brow Pomade in number 1. And this is a fantastic formula, a really perfect color for me. But I'm really scared of pomade. I haven't used pomade in a couple of years because I'm really heavy-handed. But I do want to basically decide if I want to pan this or get rid of it. So these brow products are definitely up in the air, but they have been hanging around for a while. So I want to make myself use them and make a decision on them. For cream shadows, this could change. These are just some that I, again, would not repurchase, but enjoy. So this is one of the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks from the Rose Glow collection. These are not very old, but this is the color Kiss from a Rose. It's a little bit more of like a lilac-y pink. Very pretty, but I like some of the other shades in the collection better. And this would easily go under several different shadows. So I would probably use this one winter and spring. Then I have this Jouer shadow stick in Rose Gold. This is a nice formula, a really pretty color. But I've mentioned before, I kind of just want to have mine from Laura Mercier. So I think this is something that I would want to use summer and fall. And we'll see if I can get through these. These have only been used a few times each, but I still feel like I can do it. Then something I'm doing this year that I've been doing for the first time is using more sheer or clear glosses as my purse lip balm replacement. And I've always felt like using gloss as a lip balm was a little bit wasteful because when I use an actual lip balm, it lasts on my lips longer. That's what they're intended for. But a lot of these clear glosses that I do have, or lightly tinted glosses, I'm never going to reach for. I want a gloss that has some pigment to it. So basically either I declutter them, they go bad, or I use them up as lip balm. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And these are the 4 that I have in mind here. This is a newer one, Lawless Forget the Filler, Little Mini and Rose Pearl. It is a sheer metallic, not as scary as it looks, and it's pretty easy to get through these mini Lawless ones. Then I have 2 from Kosas, one from the first undress set, one from the second, and this first one is unzipped. a very sheer nude with some shimmer. And then this is from the most recent collection. This is Exposed, which is a clear with some like duochrome peachy pink shimmer in it. Essentially clear on the lips. I don't love the smell of these, so we'll see if as I start panning them, it bothers me too much. And then I have this one. It's a full size. The In Beauty Project Lip Glaze in number 6 Candy Cane. And it is a clear gloss with some looking like duochromatic shimmer in here. So I think that they will be neglected if I don't use them up that way. And then I've got a couple colored lip products that I would like to work out of my collection instead of declutter. This is one I could change my mind on. This is a MAC Glow Play Lip Balm in Floral Coral. Very sheer wash of color. I'm thinking I would want to use this as a purse lip balm as well. I am planning on trying to pan my nude one this year, but we'll see how that goes. They have so much product, I think it would take me a really long time, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but basically, depending on how I feel about the nude shade this year, I might decide to either try to pan this one or pass it on, but it is more hydrating compared to other tinted lip balms that I have. And then this is something I would use as just like a regular lip color product. This is the Cosmetics Lip Cushion, and this is a fine formula, but not amazing. This color on gel, I think I would use in summer. I thought I was gonna like it a lot more than I did, but it's like an easy formula to just slap on, and I would feel really good finishing that up. So those are just the things I have in mind for now. Literally, we have a whole year before I'd actually start working on most of these. So things could definitely change, but it was fun to think about it. And that was definitely a fun, exciting part of this little challenge, is that I did find some things I decided I wanted to use up. And all of these were products that fell into the would not repurchase category. So like I said, the main things that I learned from this was that it was fun. I did end up decluttering some products after doing this, which is very exciting. Again, mostly mascaras, a couple of palettes. I have found some more things that I am going to add to my chopping block this year, namely my pencil liners. I've added more there. And then there are just some things that I want to challenge myself to use and make a decision on. There are some categories where I know I need to let some things go, but because they're products that I have liked so much in the past, even though I don't use them anymore, because I know they're still good, like I like them, it's hard to let go. So I'm hoping by the end of the year I will be able to let go of some of those things, but we'll see. So basically, this was just fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I would love to know if you guys would do something similar to this on your channel, on your Instagram, just doing something similar with your collection. I will have tons of videos linked in the cards and in the description box of related videos, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this fun little project. Thank you for watching it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.